everybody, and welcome back to the Black Reliquary. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-bum-bum. Okay, so I did a little bit of farming, as you might have noticed. Overall, we've gotten quite a bit of progress in. Is it going to be enough? I don't know. But at the very least, it's going to make it a lot less stressful if we lose another freaking hero. So, I went ahead and set up the best team that I possibly can for the moment, because I would like to just beat this boss at this point. But here's what happened. We had like most memorable thing, we had a dungeon which was over in like 2 rooms, because we got quest location, then we look over to the right and there's quest location in the hall, quest location right there. That was nice. And then, of course, the unthinkable happened, and we lost our highwayman. And then we also lost literally the most perfect Vestal I could have ever asked for to a Death's Door Bleed, which was just awesome. Hippocratic religious Vestal. It doesn't get much better than that. Literally perfect. Hippocratic. So close to perfection. And religious, so all of her camp skills would actually work. And we got her all the way to level 2 before she just got bled out, and there was nothing that we could do, because her healing simply is not even close to enough to be able to stop some of those bleeds. So I have formed a couple opinions. Actually, hang on. I want to check what week we're on, just so I can basically give you like a small rundown of how much farming I've been doing. Alright, let's take a look. We're on week 36 now. So, you know, we've been at it for a little while. Okay. I'm gonna be as neutral as possible, because I promised that even if I'm mad, I'm going to give purely neutral opinions based on stuff that I've seen. And, you know, I'll do my best on that. We'll see how far I get. But, I'm gonna say some stuff that everyone probably already feels. I think there's a little bit too much blight in the new Cactanoid place. It feels really bad. If you're not running like all blight resist trinkets, you're basically just gonna get bled out, and there's not a lot you can do about it. Like, and even, okay, if you run multiple healers, like let's say you run a team that's like the Veiled, the Hexer. Actually, can Hexer go in position? No. Well, I guess technically it could. If you want to go for a damage build, you technically could. Okay, so, wait. Let's say you do Veiled, Plague Doctor, Hexer, and then someone for damage, let's say the Shield Breaker. If you do that, you're playing too defensively, and you're gonna die. Enemies just deal so much more damage that you can heal. And, you know, I understand that you're not supposed to be able to just heal to full in a fight. Like, enemies need to be doing more damage than you're healing, and I understand that. Obviously, it wouldn't really be that challenging if you could just out-heal every single enemy ever, and that's that. But a lot of the characters' healing just sucks. Like, for example, the Hexer, obviously, he's not a healer, but he is like a support of sorts. His Ichor incantation is better than most characters' healing. 15% max health with the health increases of all the classes is insane, especially if it crits. This is like one of the best moves in the game. Like, compare 15% max health heal. Obviously, you do need a build up for it, and you can only use it once. But compare that to Death Wish, which is a 6/3 regen, which is still less than what the cleric can give. So it's still less than a level 1 cleric's regen, which is just insane. I think he gives like 8 or 9. Or maybe that's level 3. I don't fully know. But yeah, like our team-wide regen, and okay, you could argue it's a team-wide regen. So of course it's going to be less than the enemies. Fair enough. Fair assumption. But I don't know, like the really big heals all need special stuff to use, which is perfectly fine. I have absolutely no problem with that. But what feels bad is the regular heals, even though obviously 12 to 16 is a fair amount, it feels bad to heal someone for 16 and they immediately take 17. So you just used up your turn to heal someone and you lost health. It just feels kind of bad. And, you know, I understand enemies are supposed to do more damage than you're healing, but when you heal for 16 and they deal 17 and they also blight you for 6/3, then it's kind of like you're just, I don't know. It really feels like pushing against the grain, you know what I mean? Also, another thing, I don't have video proving this, because I don't know if I'm just, like, reading the breakpoint wrong or whatever, but I don't think the below 10% works on the Veiled. I have used, and again, I don't have video proof of this, I wasn't recording, but, so you're just gonna have to take my word on this. It feels like even if he's at, like, 1 health, and he uses Give to the Living, it does not cure Bleed or Blights. Now, maybe some can't be cured, and that's fair enough. But, I don't know, maybe I'm just reading the breakpoints wrong, but it really doesn't feel like the 10% is working? Maybe it is? Like, I know he's got a really awkward health breakpoint at 56, so getting under 10%, let's say you're at 9%, that, you know, really awkward number, I understand that. Especially because he's taking 6 every turn, but he's at 56. So it's not just a even, like, oh, if you're at 60 health, then 10 uses, you know, you're at 0%. So therefore, if you use it 9 times, you're under 10%, whatever. Like, I don't know, but it doesn't feel like that's working. Another opinion I wanted to voice, the two-headed snake. God, he is rough. His regen is insane. He can use, so basically, every odd number turn, it seems like he can use it, and he cleanses everything, and that regen stacks up fast. Now, obviously, it is somewhat easily countered because he doesn't do that much damage. He's just kind of a big old tanky boy. But, you know, he's a little bit hard to fight, but that's fine. I'm okay with hard enemies. I mean, again, the game wouldn't be very difficult if there was no hard enemies. But, yeah, I don't know. Healing feels very, very weak. And with the Expiate nerf, where you can heal 5% and then it's, like, cut by a ton to the point where you can get a heal from it twice before it just stops being worth it. Healing just feels very, very low. And something I noticed myself doing, I will actually take the Arbalist as my main healer, which, the main reason I do that, Battlefield Bandage only heals 6 to 8, but every time you use it, it gives you 30% healing received. Combine that with the Arbalist Trinket, where you gain 20% healing done and you cure bleeds, and then you also stack on the Cherugian's Pendant, and if you're lucky enough, you stack on Hippocratic. Literally the best healer in the game, hands down. Like, you get rid of all bleeds, you heal for, like, you know, 14 crit, and then you also give them 30% healing received. That is just really, really good. Also, this particular one has thick-blooded and lethal, which is just insane. Combined with Hunter and Executioner, this freaking Arbalist is completely nutty. But, yeah. I notice I'm using the Arbalist as a healer because all the other healers just aren't worth it. Like, Flagellant's a really good healer, but obviously you gotta be low health in order to pull that off. Which, to be fair, it's pretty easy to get low health. One thing I've noticed that is really, really reliable is, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this, the Occultist with the Sacrificial Cauldron is debatably the best healer in the game. Now, obviously, mine is insane. He's got Unyielding, Regenerator, Globetrotter, Clearhead, and Meditator. His only downside being... Oh, and he also has Untalented, so your chance to bleed your allies is really low, but he has Imposter Syndrome. So, not great. But, like, this is like... Okay, the Occultist and my Arbalist are, like, flawless characters. They're so good. Off the Mend, obviously, kind of sucks, but it's... Who cares? And then, you know, weak, so we can't really use Bola all that well, but, like, So, I don't know. That could just be me complaining, but healing does not feel very good, especially because enemies can outdo your healing and put a dot, which is effectively going to make you lose double the health from what you started. And because you went for a healing action against the Cacnoids, they also get a team-wide regen, and it's, you know, it just feels a little unfair, which I know it's supposed to feel unfair, but hey. And last thing, I also had a little bit of an idea. The question was posed to me a while back about what do I think of XP8, you know, blah, 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 blah. I feel like XP8 would do better if it was an on-kill effect. So, let's say you expiate an enemy, and they lose, I don't know, they get some kind of debuff. Maybe, like, they do 10% less damage every time the damage tick goes off. Like, something like that. Like, oh, he went for an aggressive action. He takes 3 damage, and now he's dealing 5% less damage, and it, like, stacks up to a hard cap of 20%. But XP8 no longer goes away. But when you kill that person, depending on how many debuff stacks they have, you will get a heal based on stacks rounded down. You know, like something like that. Like, some kind of on-kill effect that heals you. I think that would be a lot more interesting. Because you expiate someone, you're like, okay, or, you know what? The less debuff stacks they have, the more you get healed. So if you debuff someone at the start of a fight, and say it's like, I don't know, a collector type enemy. So you debuff them, and they keep getting debuffed, but they're going to heal you for less and less and less, until eventually the buff is on them for so long, they're not going to heal you at all. But they're really, really high debuffed. So it's that give and take. If you kill them really quickly, you're going to get a nice heal. But if the fight keeps dragging on and on and on, you're not going to get healed at all, but they're a bit less dangerous. Maybe XP8 just wouldn't do damage in that case, since it would just be acting as a debuff. And, you know, then it kind of acts a bit like Amber Blight, where it debuffs. But see, then you could even say, like, oh, Amber Blight only makes him take more damage now. And there you go. Boom. They both have a use. One makes them weaker. One makes them weaker. You know. I don't know. That's just something I came up with. An on-kill effect to kind of reward you for, you know, killing proper targets. That kind of thing. I don't know. I'm no designer, but that's just my opinion. 9 potential fights, and then the boss. Here's hoping that does not come to fruition. Here's who we bring. And by the way, I don't have the means to upgrade their stuff to level 4, but their talents are level 4. So we're just going to give it a try. We're going to see how it goes. The Shieldbreaker with the Snake Wine, the Accuracy Stone, Pierce, Puncture, Expose, and Serpent Sway. The Man-at-Arms with the Heavy Boots, the Book of Warding, Defender, Retribution, Command, and Bolster. The Hexer with that which watches, the debuff Amulet, Malform, Excruciating Pain, Eroded Mind, and Ica, Incantation. And of course the Veiled with the Perfumer's Needle, which will give him a heal if he's below 40% once per turn, and the Terugian's Pendant, because you can never go wrong with more healing. Give to the Living, Withering Chant, Grave Grasp, and Death Wish. Okay. Okay, we're going to have 3 Aegises to deal with. That is okay, because we can get rid of them like that. Oh boy, here's hoping this goes well, because I've definitely done my fair share of farming. So, I would like to be able to say that we can do this, but based on the previous time, I really don't know. Excruciating Pain, that is almost a guaranteed debuff. It didn't land on him, 65%, and then we have an extra 45% chance? Jeez, that must have been a really low chance to miss, actually. Actually, hang on, I want to look at that. 120% base, and then 10%, so 40%. So we have 160%, 65 resistance, so that's about a 5% chance to miss, and we missed. Very cool. Probably closer to 10 than 5, but, you know, I won't pretend to understand how the multiplicative stuff works. Okay, we miss our post and get blighted in return. That is okay. 16 damage, but we get rid of the Aegis, and we also get blighted again. Okay, we're now taking 12 over 3. Give to the living! Get rid of that Aegis and also debuff them. A Mounch. Psh, what is our blight chance? Holy moly. Okay, well obviously that was guaranteed landed there, but man, 70% still landed? Sheesh. Alright. We now have 3 ripostes on the field. Ouch. You know what? I'm actually not going to use it yet. I am beyond compare. Okay. Well. Good riposte damage. On others, I would call this seasoning. Debuff them, take more damage. Debatably, an Amber Blight would be just as good, but hey, what are you going to do? Now, that being said, I'm going to put a guard on her because they really seem to like her. On others, I would call this seasoning. You know what? Let's get cured up. Give to the living. Or no, Gravegrass. Take this one out. Okay, very good. Ouch, probably gonna get blighted. Yeah, saw that one coming. Dead to the riposte. You know what? He might be a budget highwayman, but he's gonna get us through this. He knows just how to work his magic, just as I work mine on you. I'm gonna do Eroded Mind to slow him down and get us 2 of our vials. Okay, pretty close to death. Actually, dead to riposte. Awesome. What? Figments of the Past. Hexer only Memento. Plus 5% damage per 25 stress. Plus 2 accuracy per 25 stress. Plus 1% crits received per 25 stress. Malicious. Stress heals for 50% less. Minus 50% stress received if afflicted. Can't he only be afflicted? It's like cannibalistic or something? Huh. Yeah, you know what? I don't think we need that refined amber dust. Yeah. Oh, I would have loved a scout. Do we camp? Instruction could be really nice. Too many religious people. Actually, past life regression, yeah. You know what? Let's camp it out. Wow, 5 stress healing. I mean, that's better than 3. Okay.
I'll stay watch. I have some time to kill anyway. I shall depart my body. Do not interrupt me.
Okay. Hobby. Second hobby. It. Would have enjoyed a scout, seeing what's ahead of us. For that reason. So if we knew that there was a fight coming. Yeah. This one, because this one is taking more damage, and therefore will die quicker. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to get more vials on our Hexer, but do what we gotta do. I'm taking the jewelry. Okay. Keep our food just in case. Okay. I guess we're ready. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Suitor. 65% protection, 10 dodge, 13 speed. Can't be blighted, bled, marked, or move. And also has a 70% stun resist. Oh, and 65% protection. Can't be stunned, can barely be blighted, can be bled, debuff isn't happening, and can't be moved. Okay. Let's open up normally, shall we? Sickly Scent. It's a debuff, apparently.
Well, alright then.
You think your debuff is any match for me?
You would be wrong.
Prune. Sounds like a blade. Does it bleed? Whoa. It breaks riposte. Or is that saying it can't be riposted? I'm reading that as it breaks riposte. Hang on. Huh. If it breaks riposte, that's gonna suck. But if it just can't be riposted, that still sucks, but it's not nearly as bad. Flirt with death. Silence, wench! I want nothing to do with your sickly stench.
You think you can fight a man with knowledge of battle?
Impose? No.
Enough games! I've heard enough of your sickly...
Actually,
Brrrr. Now you will be debuffed.
Not that I can blight you, but if you're healing less, that's a good thing. That being said, I'm going to throw down a heal before it goes bad for us. Double shear. Okay, can't be reposted. Alright. And it is a bleed. Wait, no, it's a different thing. Okay, prune goes through guards? No, ignores protection? I'm not fully sure what that symbol is, but okay, so it ignores riposts and ignores protection? Question mark? Okay. Now, what reason do I have to go for the suitor and the courier? I would imagine the courier is gonna heal. Actually, wait a minute. Is this a, freaking, what is that Crimson Court boss? The statue? Is this the statue boss fight? Where it gets a lot easier if you kill the suitor and the courier. But... Interesting. Alright, you know what? We'll see. We'll see. Let's just continue the fight and see what happens. Okay, debuff. Impose. Ouch. Okay, that stressed everybody out pretty good. And it's a stun. Eee. Okay, that sucks, but we immediately recover. Probably immediately going to be stunned. No, we are not. We're good. Ouch. So we have to worry about bleeds? Ugh. Wish I would have brought some bandages in. Alright, this is the turn we're going to use the sensors. Yeah, this is the turn we're going to do it. It lasts for 4 turns, so I wanted to hold off for as long as possible, and it feels like we've reached the quote-quote turn limit in my brain. Okay, another sensor. Just keep going for the middle one. At the moment, I don't see a reason not to. Other than, you know, being chewed on. That's a stun. Dang. Ouch. Yeah, that definitely ignores protection. That hits pretty hard. Well, we are definitely getting damage in. Welcoming Embrace. Oh, it's pull. Okay, that is perfectly fine. Okay. Ouch, that thing hits hard. This might be early. Okay, they have a regen now, but we could potentially steal it back. Didn't have our post up, but we do now. Heal here. He has the highest health pool. Okay, they get more regen. That's okay. Get our riposte back up. Steal this when we have the opportunity. Oh. Well, that'll heal us back to full. And we're gonna need it. Boy, I wish we had the thieving gloves.
Again!
Ouch. Man, that regen is really gonna suck. Welcoming Embrace, but we can repost it.
I will liquefy your innards!
Oh, boy.
A king king does not forgive unruly meals so easily.
Heal Baristan. Baristan. Okay, move back because he literally can't do anything. Okay. Looking for love. That sounds bad. Yeah, that sounds real bad. Our health is a little bit low. I'm just gonna go for the heal. I know we want to be low, but I don't want to chance anything. Okay, can't riposte that. Oh, they bleed. Okay, steal this while we still have the chance. Okay.
Oh, it's a hag fight.
So we can't hit this, though. 200 health. Wait a minute. So this one just holds someone, and presumably this one just kills someone? That surely can't be the case. He can't do anything. You know what? If he's just got to be the tank, that's what it's got to be. Who would have guessed? Bleed is the biggest thing we need to worry about. So what? We just lose a character forever? I'd imagine he's taking damage then. Well, time to try our luck. Psst. 87%, by the way. Well, if we're gonna die, I'm gonna see how close we can get. Then at least we have a chance to get our glove back. Well, how lucky are we feeling? Not very. By the way, 11 speed versus 3 speed. What is the point of speed? Dude, speed is so worthless. Also, wait. Okay, well. Considering the trinkets that are lost, I'm just gonna go for it. And if we lose this fight, we lose the campaign. Because with all the trinkets we've lost... Okay, just to put it in perspective. Permanent Repose Trinket, Trojan's Charm, the Bandit Gloves, Accuracy Stone, Shield Breaker's Trinket, just to name a few. We literally have no choice. It was back. Well, she's really my favorite. Can she only attack the 4th position? Because that's certainly what it's seeming like. With that move, that is. Can't use that anymore. 67 and 80. Let the regen do its thing.
This is just the world's largest suicide note.
That's gonna help a lot. Well, may as well do something a little bit more exciting. After all, why shouldn't I? I deserve to have a little bit of value.
The truth! Epicenter of darkness. Dear Lord, eternal vigil.
Cranial crash. But
By Jove, the craft is awakening. Sinister impalement. Oh, is that all you've got? So be it. You'll have to try harder than that, you mechanical abomination! I am filled with the rage of 10,000 years! Necrotic Palm.
You just wait until I get a few freaking expiates. I purposely didn't use a single expiate for this moment. Ow. Can't hit the Gagal. Okay. Well, mark him. He must go first. And if we're quicker, we can get rid of the body. Yeah, we can get rid of the body if our Antiquarian is quicker.
Devastate.
Looks like a stun.
Your body fails you.
Now, can you use that from any... Yes, you can. Okay. Well then.
It looks like you were too slow. Therefore, that is my corpse now, not yours. Necrotic hag. Thanks for the heal, chump.
Okay, that puts us back on death's door, but we can go for a group heal, so it ain't no thing, except that we were stunned. So, you know what? Maybe it is a thing.
Enough! You will die. Sinister Impaler. Ah!
We're getting through this fight one way or another.
This fight doesn't end until I say so.
Although that sure does freaking suck. Because now we don't have healing. God dang it. Oh, we have to abandon this fight. Dude, what is it with me and Vestals? Okay, never mind. I guess we're just not gonna win this fight either. Okay, I know my targeting probably could have been a little bit better. Like, maybe we should have just gone for the mech rub. But really? Freaking, I'm tempted to still keep going. Even though I know we're probably... No, that's stupid if I do that. Because it takes one stun and it's over. God dang it! I know I probably could have played this fight better, but it's like half an hour after the stupid frickin' whatever their name is, the frickin' gang. I wanna stick around. I wanna fight this. I thought for sure we could have taken this one. Like, I was so confident that we could have handled this fight, but apparently not. Apparently we're so weak that we can't even take on the truth. Unreal. Oh, dude, I want to stick around so bad. Because there's that small part of me that's like, but what if we could? 80%, 87, and 80. So he's going to go next. He has 14 speed, so even though we have 14... Well, and 4. Yeah, no, he's going next. This will leave a corpse. So hang on, let's think about this. We kill the mech reb. It leaves a corpse. The corpse immediately attacks. We die. God, you can't take any risks in BR. You take a single risk. Well, we got 2 virtues in this dungeon. That's cool. Quest complete. Okay, quest complete. Oh, boy. So, I gotta be honest. I don't want to upload another video without killing the god dang stupid frickin' Alrune. But it's looking like I'm never gonna be able to frickin' beat her. Because, now granted, that time was basically my fault, and we didn't lose our 2 key players. But, oh my god, it frickin'... Hang on. I'm turning on my fan. I'm getting really hot, probably from getting angry. It feels like no matter what I freaking do, I'm always losing a character. Play risky, someone dies. Play defensive, someone dies. Play aggressive, someone dies. Don't play the game at all, I die. You know, like freaking, so annoying. It's so hard to level people up. I'm getting so tilted because it's like, I don't even know how to properly express my words, dude. It's like, the balance is just all over the place. And I understand I'm just not very good at Black Reliquary. I admit that at this point. Because there's some people who can get an Antiquarian to do like 80 plus damage, no crit. I don't know how they do it, but somehow they do it. And now that we're on week 40, 41, I don't know exactly which one it is now. I'd have to check. But just... it just feels like progress just isn't being made. Like, yeah, we have a good amount of level 2s now, good amount of level 3s now, 2 level 4s, which is awesome. But just, we just can't beat this goddamn boss, because, yes, we have some pretty decently high levels, but they're just gonna freaking keel over and die again. It's like, I can't keep my high level characters. And it's not okay, you can't even freaking say, well, Shadow, if you just leveled up their stuff to level 4, it'd be fine. Because they die at level 2! They die at level 1, die at level 2. Hey, you just hit level 3, you're dead because you're back on the ship and we accidentally took off and you fell off and died and a giant sandworm ate you as you were falling. You know what I mean? Like, freaking, ugh. Also, despite the treasury being quote-quote so good for gold, I can't freaking keep gold to save my life. I am spending so much gold upgrading people that I'm just constantly broke. And then, even though I just upgraded everybody, they die anyway. And I understand, literally a skill issue, but it's like, God, freaking... it's so frustrating, because what words can I possibly... And I'm sure some of you are digging this. You're like, yes, listen to Shadow rage. Let the rage flow through your veins. But freaking... what am I doing wrong here? Like, I'm sure some of you don't like me taking a step back. You know, studying. But that's what I need to freaking do, because apparently I'm doing something wrong. So let's think this out. Alright. Weak to bleed, nothing else. So, not gonna debuff, not gonna move, not gonna blight, not gonna stun. So that's good to know. They had 25% protection. Okay, fair enough. You have a small chance to stun the flower girl and the guillotine person. Rather, these two. The heart taker and the lovingly yours. You have you can technically stun them. Alriun herself, I'm just gonna say her. The 2 out of 3 of them are guys, so her. Or, as far as I know, that second one is a dude, based on some of the other characters of Black Reliquary. But I'm just gonna say her, because the middle one is a girl, therefore, middle, best, whatever. Like, for example, right here, Black Reliquary, right in the middle. Therefore, it's named Black Reliquary. She's right in the middle, boom, it's a girl. Whatever. Plant it. I don't know. Regardless, right in the middle. So, let's think. Weak to bleed. So, a flagellant could be really good. The debuff won't land, but what'd she have? 65%? And this is level 3, 120%. So let's call it 130% and probably 10 over 3. Okay. That's decent. If we want to play risky, we can throw on an extra 15%. So 145% against 65%. That'll be like 80% chance to land it. That's pretty solid, even though it'll go away basically immediately because 3 turns, and this lasts for 3 turns. So, So, yeah, that'll basically go away immediately. But bleed could be the way to go. Can get a lot of value off of bleed. We can also get a fair amount of value out of Amber Blight, because even though super high debuff resist, Amber Blight kind of ignores that. If they go for aggressive actions, which she almost always does, not going to be doing any damage, basically. But that's not the one we're worried about doing damage. We need to worry about Edward Scissorhands doing damage to us. So, Amber Blight, that one, you're now doing less damage. Nice. Okay. That's a step forward. So, Amber Blight seems important. So, Bleed, Amber Blight. Bleed is going to be good just for getting the chip damage. Amber Blight's going to be good to reduce our damage taken because he hits very hard. Hedgeman works overtime to do his damage. Let's think. The one in the back, honestly, is just, you can forget it's even in the fight. The Flower Girl. Only issue is grabbing someone. Pulling out the the hag strats. That sucks. But there's not a lot to do about that. You can't really do damage to it once it's grabbed you. So, and yeah, stunning won't work 3 turns anyway. So even if you took Pierce the Veil and you got 2 stuns, Alrune still has 3 turns. So that double stun is only going to work for not even a full turn of a fight. So, stunning, negligible. Not even worth taking. So, ideally, here's the team we're looking at so far. Good Bleed, Amber Blight, and healing. So, let's think what else. Has a chance to stun us. Also, gets a lot of regen back. So, Hexer could be really nice. Yeah, Hexer could be really nice. Being able to steal the restoration is extremely valuable. So, what if we did that? And then Armor Pierce feels like it might be this single most important thing to take, because 65% prot, 25% prot, and then 65% prot. So, not taking much damage at all. So, let's say Shieldbreaker? Because just armor piercing, just full on. Is that the play? I don't know. See, but here's the issue about taking Bleed. If we take Bleed, we cannot take the Thieving Gloves. Reason being, whoever has the Thieving Gloves will take the Bleed, and now we're bleeding for 9/3. That's a problem. That is a big problem. Because that goes through our resistance. We just flat transfer it from them to us. Not good. So, Thieving Gloves, can't use that. Now, out of curiosity, yeah, Steel Restoration and Stealth, okay. So, and then we get hit a lot. So, what if we did the Lucky Coin and the Tenacity Ring to try and ensure that the Flagellant cannot die, right? Seems pretty solid. Being able to just deny death as much as we can, although we still lost plenty of characters with 80+%. So, and 87, or no, it's 92%'s the cap, right? No, it might be 87%. I think every character's capped at 87%. Actually, you know what? Hang on. We can settle this right now. 87%'s the cap. Okay. So, let's think. Yeah, because if 87% is the cap, and every time we go onto Death's Door, we get -7, And every time we get hit on Death's Door, we gain another -7. So every time we get hit, for every 2 hits taken, we can resist 1 debuff. In the Flagellant's case, he can naturally ignore 1 debuff just by being alive with Suffer. Because it gives 8%, even if the bleed is cured, we still have that 8%. So, let's say we do that, we cure the bleed, we're now... and then we go on Death's Door. We're still at 87%. Technically, we're 88%. And then let's say we got hit 4 times. We have an extra 20% in the back that's ready to protect us, which means we can resist 2 more Death Blow resist debuffs. So that's 3 Death Blow resist debuffs, assuming that we cannot use Exsanguinate, we can't heal, nothing. Just for some reason, we just can't do it. Then we can potentially take 3 additional hits while on Death's Door. And then, of course, if we take 3 additional hits, we can take a 4th hit free. In theory, that's pretty good. 4 additional hits, we go for Exsanguinate, it heals us, then we can take 2 more hits, that's 1 more Death Blow resist that we can ignore. Pretty good. And then the turn after, Tenacity Ring starts falling off, and we die, you know. But hopefully by that point, all runes pretty low. And then, also, if we're taking a bunch of hits, we're potentially getting more crit, less crits received, more accuracy, more dodge. Virtue Chance does literally nothing, so maybe Lucky Coin's not the way to go. I don't know. Likewise, if we... okay, by the way, I just want to point out, Snake Wine? I don't think that's it, Chief. Having that extra block is just so important. So, let's say this. Lucky Coin on the Shield Breaker. Okay? We get 2 blocks, cooldown of 2 turns. Let's assume we take a hit. We take 1 hit, 1 turn. So, lose a block, gain a buff. Good. Lose a block, gain a buff. Good. Then, we use Serpent Sway. We now have 2 more blocks. That's good. So, in theory, that'll work pretty nicely together. And then, let's just throw on... I don't think we have it anymore. Yeah, I don't think we got it back from the Ghoul Mother. I was going to say, let's throw on the Accuracy Stone. Bam! We're in business. Also, we need to get rid of Laudanum Pendant. So, we'll have +8 accuracy, blah. Okay. So, in theory, that's pretty good. Then, because we know Malform is literally useless against her, let's say we go for Melt, Excruciating Pain, Eroded Mind, Ichor Incantation. So we could potentially group-wide just purge for 1 turn, and then, you know, that's gone. We use Eroded Mind, steal a regen, use Excruciating Pain, make her take more damage, and then we spam Melt, which is going to be doing an additional 30% damage because we then have 3 vials. That seems pretty good. Actually, add that alongside... We died. We didn't keep that trinket. I was going to say, add that with the special Hexer trinket we got. That's going to be big value. Unfortunately, we died, so we didn't actually keep that. So, that sucks. But, what are you going to do? Okay, so that right there, good damage. That's, in theory, really solid. Then... the Occultist, the God Occultist, who already, just purely by being in the video game, can resist 2 Death Blow debuffs. And then, when it's his turn, he has a 5% chance to just go, I heal now. That's pretty good. Let's assume that is 3 Death Door resists. That's solid. He's basically only there for the Amber Curse. Because we're not going to debuff, not going to move, not going to stun. Abyssal Artillery might be able to free the person in the back? Maybe? So we do some damage to the back. No. We open up, Amber Blight on the boss. Then Amber Blight on Edward Hedgehands. Okay. Then we just spam Abyssal Artillery, get as much damage as we physically can, heal when necessary. Bada boom, bada bing, potentially. Okay. I mean, that sounds solid. That sounds like a solid plan. Then we throw on Cherujan's Pendant. We throw on Book of Rage. Let's see. Where is my hand trinket? Here it is. Plus 8 accuracy, and then we also get 5% crit. Minus 10% damage, doesn't matter when we ignore protection. So, Surgical Gloves, Lucky Coin on the Shield Breaker. Okay. Book of Rage, Tenacity Ring, because we're expecting to be on Death's Door a lot with the Flagellant. What do we think for the Hexer? We need bleed resist. That's what we need. Yeah, we need a lot of bleed resist. Dodge doesn't do anything, so I'm just going to completely ignore that. Debuffing is not really something we can do either, so that which watches is not needed. Is this ranged or mystical? It's ranged. Okay. Then Bloodied Fetish and Book of Warding? That right there gives us 90% bleed resist. So let's just assume we only have a 30% chance to be bled on the Hexer. That's pretty good. That's solid. So that's a really good way to avoid one of the most annoying parts of the fight. Then, what are we going to do for the Occultist? Ideally, we would have more bleed resist, although Snake Vial. So the Alrune would only have 10% protection, technically, because she has 25%, 15% armor piercing. That means she only has 10% whenever we do damage. Huh. This seems like a good plan. This really does seem like a good plan. I don't know if it is. And also, we're not able to use the frickin' thieving gloves, and we're not making use of the perfumer's needle because counter doesn't really seem to do much against the boss. We're not going to be getting kills, so the cactus isn't going to do very much. Yeah. This seems like a good plan. This does. Maybe it's not. But it seems like a good plan. So what do we think? 9/3. Worst case, we use Reign of Sorrow, potentially bust out whoever's captured. Because it's still a 7/3. We get super low, bam, 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 we take 3 Death's Door attacks, exsanguinate, we put a huge bleed on the boss, we get healed. We can now take a couple more attacks. Suffer if we're really feeling ballsy, although I'm not. And then Pierce, we completely ignore all protection. Maybe we go for Hedge Guy first. Puncture. Puncture's not going to do us a lot. Expose will be good in case there's some kind of BS stealth in the middle of the fight. Serpent Sway is going to be pretty solid. Now, which one is it? All companions 15% armor piercing. If we camp beforehand and everybody gets 15% armor piercing, that means the Occultist is now ignoring all of the boss's protection. And everybody else is attacking her as if she only has 10%. I don't know. Seems like the plan. Do we have a prevent nighttime ambush? Yes. But we're going to be stressed out. Which might just be fine, honestly. And then... extra speed? Yeah, you know what? Extra speed on the flagellant might be really good. Well, okay, I say that. That's assuming that speed actually works, because we all know speed doesn't work. If an 11 speed shield breaker can be outsped by a 3 speed Alrune, all bets are off as far as speed goes. I mean, I don't know. It seemed like the play. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. I really want to defeat the freaking Alrune in this episode, but oh my god, dude. I gotta be honest. We haven't even finished this patch. I think this is worse than Caverns. I really do. And that's saying a lot, because I was not a fan of Caverns. Somehow I think they've managed to make a freaking area that is worse than Caverns. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Maybe it's not true. It could just be the anger talking. But just, oh my god, the blight is so high. The regen is so high. The amount of enemies is so high. You can't interact with anything without a freaking enemy showing up. The random boulders that make you take 15% more damage for the next fight. I don't know. But regardless, I have a lot more farming to do. And because I don't want episodes to take like 3 weeks to come out, I guess that's gonna be the end of this episode. We didn't freaking do anything. But we got our trinkets back. Now, one thing I do want to show you that I've been abusing, quote, quote, Dice 2, and Dice 3. They have been troopers. Dice goes in, Dice 2 goes in, and when we open it up, Dice 3 is going to go in. You might be asking why. It's because they have the potential to win 3k gold each. They also have the potential to win a trinket each. It might not be the best trinket, but it's a trinket. So, oh, and by the way, they all have skilled gambler. That's why they're named Dice. So, 35% chance to win gold or a trinket. Then, another 35% chance to win gold or a trinket. Then, another 35% chance to win gold or a trinket. So, even if worse... Here, let me show you. If I can find it. Okay, right here. Even worst case scenario, one of them loses gold, the other one gets 3k. We spent 1.4k on each, right? So, we made back all the money we spent, plus 200, just by winning the 3k. So, of course, we still lost 1.3k total, but because their chance of winning a trinket and stuff is so high, even if they get nothing, it's still, you know, I don't know. Basically, I think it's going to be pretty valuable, so we'll see. But, you know, who's to say? With potentially 3 people all going for the gamble, and they all have skilled gambler, it feels like a really valuable use of our time. Like, debatably as useful as sending people to Amber Refinement. Which obviously we're starting to run out of Amber Dust because stress healing has gotten expensive as far as the refined Amber Dust goes. But yeah, like, I don't know. Just seems pretty good. We're also out of amber completely, so meh. Alright, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the ramble and rage. Overall, I'm feeling pretty down on my luck as far as this goes. Like, I'm not really enjoying myself. Which, I mean, I guess that's the point of BR, is to not have fun. But then again, like I mentioned earlier, some people are able to pull off like an 80% damage antiquarian no crit. So, I don't know. I guess I'm doing something wrong, which is why I went out of my way to think out a plan for how to potentially take out Alrune, because I'm like, I don't think I'm this bad. Maybe I am. Maybe I don't know. But you would think after like 2k hours of Darkest Dungeon, I'd be able to pull some of this off, but I don't know. We managed to beat the catacombs. We managed to beat the exposed interior. We managed to beat the caverns against all odds. But the treasury is really, like, pushing my limits. And my biggest thing is, it'd be different if I could just keep attempting the boss back to back, but because we keep losing people outside of the boss, or we lose a character while going up to the boss, it just feels really bad, and the grind is just really starting to grate on me. But we're gonna try and see it through. I'm gonna just give it a couple more attempts. After all, we've gotten this far. No reason to quit now. Not to mention we're gonna have to do it again when the Black Reliquary itself releases. So, look forward to that. But, for the moment, I guess this is just like a I'm not quitting yet video. Despite how it sounds, I still am gonna be pushing strong. We have 5 discovery in the treasury, and if we kill the Alrune, we're going up to 6. So the second boss is already going to be accessible to us. We just need to keep pushing in there. But yeah, I needed to rant and ramble a little bit. I'm just kind of feeling, disheartened. The grind, XP grind, and I know it's base Darkest Dungeon XP grind, but it just feels so long. It feels like an eternity. Even with the XP majiggy, the XP thing only goes on one character. So, But, yeah. So, overall, gonna keep holding in there, and we're just gonna keep trying. But yeah, the overall grind this expansion has is just not fun. The treasury is very, very difficult. I don't remember struggling with the caverns quite this much. I don't know. I'm tempted to look back at that save and see how many weeks it took for us to just totally defeat the whole thing. And I like to try and keep the BR patches under 10 episodes, but jeez. So, I don't know when the next episode's gonna come out. I promised to defeat the Alrune in this episode, but that's not gonna happen. So, even if it takes the video like 2 months to come out, I'm not gonna post the next one until we kill her, so, But, hey, what are you gonna do? So, that's gonna do it for this episode. I'll probably feel better in between episodes, but for the moment, just really feeling down on my luck. Questioning how good I am at the game, because obviously, from what you've seen, not very good at it. And, I know a lot of it's just me playing dumb, and some of it is me playing dumb for the sake of a video. But, hey, what are you gonna do? Just gotta keep going, and eventually we will win. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.